Hello students, I am Shishpal Chauhan and I have brought for you The Voice of the Rain, the poem written by Walt Whitman, and this is video 1 of 2. There will be 2 videos in all. And this is the picture of Walt Whitman, the great American poet, and he was born on May 31 and the year was 1890, and he died on March 26 and the year was 1892. So let's have some more knowledge about Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman is one of the great poets of America. There have been so many great poets in America, Robert Frost and Emerson. There were so many other poets also. He was born in West Hills town of Huntington. So this is the place where he was born. That was the town of Huntington. We find democratic spirit in his poetry. He loves democracy. Thus, the thread of democracy runs throughout his poetry, you can say. And he didn't adhere to any rhyme scheme in his poems. So what do you mean by this? He didn't follow any rhyme scheme because he didn't like any bondage of meter and all that. Poetry is usually written in meter, right? And meter binds the spirit of the poet. You have no freedom to go out of those rhyming scheme and meter also. And he didn't write in any rhyme scheme. He wrote in free verse in a way. And blank verse, if I talk about blank verse here, blank verse is also a type of, you can say, style of writing poetry in which the poet becomes free to write lines of poetry, and those do not rhyme together, and there is no meter in which the poetry is written. The writer is free, the poet is free to write anything, like prose also. Shakespeare was a great writer, poet in blank verse. He developed this blank verse to its height, and previously Christopher Marlowe invented blank verse in a way, we can say that. And Marlowe was one of the university wits of his times. And let's not go beyond the theme of this, so that your mind scatters away from the main theme of the poem. So he enjoys the freedom in writing poetry also. He likes freedom in writing poetry in free verse, you can say. He writes in free verse. He is known for his collection of poems, that is Leaves of Grass, collection of poems. There are so many, Song of Myself, etc. Now we come to the poem under discussion, that is The Voice of the Rain. And dear student, this poem is about rain. At the you can surface level, if you see the title, rain is there, voice is there, you will think that the poem is about rain, and it may be about voice of rain. What may be the voice of rain? The noise created by rain when the rain falls on some greenery, on some plants, flowers, trees, it creates some sound. So that may be called the voice of rain in a way. In simple words, you can say this is the noise created by rain is called the voice of rain, but everything is different here. You may say it is in the form of a conversation between the poet and the rain. This poem, the whole poem, except the last 2 lines, is a kind of conversation between the poet and the rain. And the poet abruptly, means all of a sudden, asks her a question, and who art thou? If you create a situation in your mind, you may imagine that the poet was sitting somewhere and it was raining heavily, or it was raining lightly, you can say. Those were light showers. All of a sudden, in a random way, in a casual way, the poet must have asked, spoken, he must have spoken a sentence like, and what art thou? He started conversing with the rain, not intentionally, not knowing that he would be replied by the rain. He would get a response from the rain. He didn't think that. But in a casual manner, he must have put this question to the falling rain, to the rain which was in shower, in light showers. And who art thou? Sometimes any person can put such question. And then what happened? And the rest of the poem, I have already said that the whole poem is in a sort of conversation, and except two lines, last two lines, that doesn't come the answer, reply. It's a reply of rain. The whole poem, except the last two lines, is a reply of the rain. You must have also wondered at this natural phenomena. So the poet Walt Whitman really talks to rain in this poem. We in our life, in normal life, we always wonder about such natural phenomena, and those who are having some sensitivity towards natural things, they enjoy such phenomena. They enjoy such natural thing that occurs in the atmosphere. And children also enjoy this thing. We also enjoy. Almost every person enjoys. The person who is busy in materialism might not enjoy these things. When there are clouds in the sky, when there is rainbow in the sky, everyone feels happy. But the person who is lost in the materialism, in minting money, hankering after money, that person may not bother about these natural things. But the person who has liking for nature, who loves nature, he always feels thrilled at such moments. So the poet Walt Whitman really talks to rain in this poem. Let's read the first stanza. Stanza 1. And who art thou? Said I to thee, soft falling shower. I stands for the poet. Who art thou means who are you? Thou stands for you. This is Old English. Shakespeare also used thou, thy, thine, these words in poetry. The poet utters this question in a casual manner to the rain. Who art thou? Means who are you? Said I to the soft falling shower. The shower was very soft. This, strange to tell, gave me an answer. The poet says here, he says that it was very strange that he got answer, reply from the rain. And what was that reply? His senses understood that, but he has to translate that sensation, whatever he got in reply. He translated that in this line: I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. First response from the rain to the poet was, rain said, I am the poem of earth. The rain said. Let's go ahead. Word meaning, I stands for the poet. Art thou means are you. This is Old English. Soft falling shower is a light shower of rain. And now we come to the paraphrase. Paraphrase, the poem begins in a conversational way, and the poet asks a direct question to the soft falling shower of rain as to who it was. So the poet puts a direct question to the rain. Who art thou? Means who are you? And the poet begins the poem abruptly in conversational tone, as the metaphysical poets like John Donne was habitual of writing some of his poems in conversational tone, and those opened in such manner. So, who art thou? This sentence was spoken by the poet. It seems to be a casual question for which the poet had not expected any response from the rain. The poet, I have already said that the poet might be sitting somewhere lost in his thoughts, might be enjoying the beautiful scene of rain, clouds, some soft showers of the rain, he might be enjoying. Then all of a sudden that sentence came out of his lips, mouth. He said, "Who art thou?" And he got the answer he received the answer, response from the rain, that I am the poem of earth. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. The expression "an answer" as here translated refers to the reply the shower of rain presented to the poet. An answer as here translated refers to the reply. That was the reply given by the shower of the rain. But the poet has to translate it here. He has to translate it. That is not the "I am the poem of earth" are not the actual words spoken by the rain. Those are not the actual words spoken by the rain. He has to translate. So that is the translation done by the poet. But the poet has to translate it here. It means the reply the poet received seemed to be audible to the poet's senses only. He has to translate it. It means he got reply in his own mind through senses. He understood something which was given by rain. His senses received some reply, and that reply he has given here.